Naimbagnal daw tayo amin. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Teacher Bong Fontanilla saying mathematics really counts and math really matters. This time, we are going to talk and discuss about solving quadratic equation by factoring. An overview about quadratic equation. A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 that can be written in the following form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. For our activity number 1, quadratic or not quadratic. Identify which of the following equations are quadratic and which are not. Number 1, 5x plus 8 equals 15. The degree of this is 1, so therefore it is not quadratic. Number 2, x squared minus 5x minus 7 equals 0. The degree is 2 because the highest exponent of our variable x is 2. Therefore, it is quadratic. Number 3, 2t squared minus 7t equals 10. Of course, quadratic. Number 4, 21 minus 4x cubed equals 0. Not quadratic because the degree is 3. Number 5, 25 minus 6r squared equals 4r. It is quadratic. Set me to your standard. Write each quadratic equation in standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is actually one of the basic and important concepts that we should master in dealing with quadratic equation. That is setting, writing, transforming quadratic equation to standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. In this form, the first term ax squared is called the quadratic term. The second term, positive bx, is called the linear term, and the last term, positive c, is called the constant term. So order matters. First, quadratic. Second, linear term. Then third, the constant term. Then we have the equality symbol and 0 there. Number 1, 35x plus 2x squared equals 12. The answer is 2x squared plus 35x minus 12 equals 0. Number 2, 5 minus 2r squared equals 3r. Transposing 3r on the left, we get negative 2r squared minus 3r plus 5 equals 0. But we should always remember that the first term should always be in positive sign. So we have to multiply negative to all the terms or simply change the sign of all the terms in the given quadratic equation. So the final answer is 2r squared plus 3r minus 5 equals 0. Number 3, 7 equals 2x times the quantity 3x minus 5. This is still quadratic equation, only it is expressed in terms of its factors. So we multiply 2x and 3x, we get 6x squared. Multiply 2x and negative 5, we get negative 10x. And we have 7 there, that becomes negative 7. So the answer is 6x squared minus 10x minus 7 equals 0. We come now to the heart of the discussion for this video, that is solving quadratic equations by factoring. Factor, then solve. Some quadratic equations can be solved easily by factoring, meaning not all types of quadratic equations are solved or can be solved by factoring. To solve its equations, the following procedures can be followed. 1. Transform the quadratic equation into standard form if necessary. 2. Factor the quadratic expression. 3. Set its factor of the quadratic expression equal to 0. And 4. Solve its resulting equation. Consider example number 1. Find the solution of x squared plus 8x equals negative 15 by factoring. You can notice that the given is not in standard form. So we do step number 1. Transform the equation into standard form. X squared plus 8x equals negative 15. In standard form, it becomes x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. Step number 2, factor the quadratic expression. The quadratic expression x squared plus 8x plus 15 can be factored, or yes, it can be expressed in terms of its factors as x plus 3 times x plus 5. But how did we get x plus 3 and x plus 5? Binomial factors of x squared plus 8x plus 15. So this is how we get the pair of factors. Find factors of the first and last terms. Then multiply these factors, get the sum of the products, and check if the sum is equal to the middle term. So the very first thing for us to do is identify the first term. The first term is x squared and the last term is 15. Then think of the factors of x squared. Of course, the factors are x and x. Then also think of the factors of the last term, which is 15. What are the factors of 15? It can be 15 and 1. It can be 3 and 5. So here we consider the pair of 3 and 5. Then multiply. So meaning we multiply x and 3 and we multiply x and 5. So x times 3 we get 3x and x times 5 we get 5x. Get the sum of 3x and 5x. So the sum is 8x, which is exactly the second term. Therefore, x squared plus 8x plus 15, if we express in terms of its factors, it is equal to x plus 3 times x plus 5. Back now, we are now ready to do steps number 3 and number 4. So set each factor equal to 0, then solve for x. For the first factor, x plus 3, equate it with 0. So that is x plus 3 equals 0. Then solve for x. X is equal to negative 3. For the second factor, x plus 5 equals 0. X is equal to negative 5. Therefore, our negative 3 and negative 5 are the solutions or roots of the quadratic equation x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. So, if you want to check whether these negative 3 and negative 5 are really the answers, you will simply substitute each in the equation. So your negative 3 will become the value of your x. Then check if it is equal to 0. Of course, that would be equal to 0. Let us see negative 3 squared, that's 9, plus 8 times negative 3, we have negative 24 plus 15. So 9 minus 24, we get negative 15 plus 15, we get 0. Check. Example number 2. Find the solution of x squared minus 24 equals 2x by factoring. Again, in standard form, it is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. Step number 2, factor the quadratic expression. X squared minus 2x minus 24. The pair of factors are or is x minus 6 and x plus 4. But how did we get these factors? Let us see. Binomial factors of x squared minus 2x minus 24. Again, find factors of the first and last terms, multiply these factors, get the sum of the products, and check if the sum is equal to the middle term. Our first term here is x squared. The last term is negative 24. What are the factors of x squared? Yes, it's x and x. How about the factors of negative 24? Well, it can be negative 1 and 24. It can also be negative 8 and 3 or negative 3 and 8. But here we consider negative 6 and 4. Then get the product of these factors. So multiply x and negative 6. We get negative 6x. Multiply x and 4, we get 4x. Sum negative 6x and 4x. The answer is negative 2x, which is exactly the second term or middle term. Therefore, the factors of x squared minus 2x minus 24 are x minus 6 and x plus 4. So going back, since we know already the factors of x squared minus 2x minus 24, we can now proceed to steps number 3 and 4. Set each factor equal to 0, then solve for x. For the first factor, x minus 6 equals 0. Our x is equal to 6. Second factor, x plus 4 is equal to 0. Our x is negative 4. So the solutions or roots of the quadratic equation x squared minus 24 equals 2x are 6 and negative 4. Example number 3, find the solution of x squared equals 10x minus 25 by factoring. So setting this in standard form, it is equal to x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. Factor the quadratic expression x squared minus 10x plus 25. So the factors are x minus 5 and x minus 5. This is an example actually of what we call perfect square trinomial. So set its factor equal to 0, then solve for x. So x minus 5 equals 0. X is equal to 5. So this quadratic equation has roots that we say are real and equal. So it has real equal roots. Example number 3. Find the solution of 6x squared plus 7x minus 20 equals 0 by factoring. So no problem for step number 1. It is already in standard form. So we now proceed to step number 2. Factor the quadratic expression 6x squared plus 7x minus 20. So the pair of factors 2x plus 5 and 3x minus 4. Again, how did we get 2x plus 5 and 3x minus 4? Let us see. Getting the binomial factors of 6x squared plus 7x minus 20. Doing the steps we did in examples 1 and 2, find factors of the first and last terms, then cross multiply. So I would like to emphasize cross multiply. Get the sum of the products and check if the sum is equal to the middle term. Okay, let us try to identify the first term. The first term there is 6x squared. How about the last term? Yes, the last term is negative 20. So we get the factors or think of the factors of 6x squared. What are the factors of 6x squared? It can be 6x and x. But here we consider 2x and 3x. Because if we multiply 2x and 3x, we get 6x squared. How about negative 20? What are the factors of negative 20? Well, it can be 10 and negative 2, 20, and negative 1. But here we consider 5 and negative 4. Then get the product. Cross multiply. Meaning, your 2x will be multiplied to negative 4 and your 3x will be multiplied to 5. So 3x times 5, we get 15x. And 2x times negative 4, we get 8x. If we add this, 15x plus negative 8x, we get 7x, which is exactly the middle term in the given expression. Therefore, 6x squared plus 7x minus 20 is equal to 2x plus 5 times 3x minus 4. Going now, since we know already the factors of 6x squared plus 7x minus 20, we can now proceed to steps number 3 and 4. Set its factor equal to 0, then solve for x. For first factor, 2x plus 5. So we have 2x plus 5 equals 0. Solving for x is equal to negative 5 over 2. Second factor, 3x minus 4. So we have 3x minus 4 equals 0. And solving for x is equal to 4 over 3. Therefore, the solutions or roots of the quadratic equation 6x squared plus 7x minus 20 equals 0 are negative 5 over 2 and 4 over 3. Okay, so that's all for this video. I just hope that you learned something about solving quadratic equation by factoring. Thank you so much. We should always remember that smile is a curved line that sets everything straight. So for those who did not subscribe yet, so please subscribe. Do like and share also. Then please make comments on our channel. Click the notification button for automatic updates. Thank you. Keep safe and God bless. This is again your channel, Bong Fontanilla.